Hey guys, Alex here, and I am back with something new now. This is actually a network game I've been doing with three or four friends now, and we are in the February stage. So I thought, why not review it? This is probably going to be quite a long one, and I might try and sort of edit it a bit. But yeah, so there is five of us in it, and well, there was originally three. So we did the promoted teams: Burnley, Leicester and QPR. Another friend joined. He became Aston Villa, and then another friend joined, and he's now Palace. And we're now into February, first season. So I'm going to take you through each of our sort of teams, our transfers, uh, our schedule, and then finally where we are in the league and how everything's going. So I'll be back with my transfers and my fixtures in just a sec. So I decided to go with Burnley. Just I don't know why I decided to go with Burnley. They're just pretty bad. Um, but yeah, I got stuck with Burnley. They had a transfer budget of 2 million and zero wage. So at the moment we're a bit under the wages, which isn't good. I'll take you through our transfer history. What happened? We literally cannot get rid of anyone. I've been trying to get rid of so many players, and you can't even like. I've got a few loans out, but I haven't got anyone out, sort of transfer wise. So annoying. I did bring in quite a few people. First off, I brought in a French left back slash anywhere else on the pitch, Florian Julien, 21-year-old. Sort of first signing sort of thing. Not the best. Probably going to release at the end of this season. He's only played one game or something. But need to sort of find my ways, and I thought he was on a free, so he might have been okay. Um, then I signed Younes Benu Marzouk for 475k from Juventus, a young Moroccan striker who hopefully I'm looking to improve in the future. Hasn't made too many appearances for us, but hopefully as time goes on he can sort of make his way into the first team. After that, I signed one of the sort of generic players, Humam Tariq for 300k. Um, yeah, you can't really go wrong with him. Just need to play him a bit often. He um, didn't have his work permit accepted initially, so he stayed in the team, like in the under 21s for a long time, and then he's only just starting to come into the first team now. That he's got 5 appearances as subs so far. Yeah. Then we actually loaned Thomas Martinez for a loan from River Plate. He's a good player, but just doesn't fit our system very well, I think. So hasn't been playing that often. So that was a bit of a mistake there. Max Emer from QPR, who was managed by Ben, who's one of my friends. I wanted a centre back, but he's a bit crap, so I've released him, like let him go back, and I think he's been released consequently, and now he's at Gillingham. Also loaned Lucas Boye for a smaller time before his work permit got rejected, so I cancelled the loan. So unfortunately, I couldn't get him either. Um, in January, I signed a few more people. Marlon Freitas from Fluminense for 29.5k, 19-year-old, still no work permit. Really annoying. As a lower Premier League team, you can't get work permits. Um, and then also Lucas Fernandez for 40k, who is a young striker as well. So these are sort of just players that I can buy for really cheap and just sell them on for a bit more profit. Um, Loaned Matthew Upson from Leicester, who is managed by Harry. Um, just sort of as a cover. Haven't really needed him so far, but it's just in case we get an injury to our centre backs, and I'm paying nothing, so that's okay. And then I signed another centre back from Manchester United, Tom Thorpe, 350k. Thought he'd be good backup and cover, and he's quite young as well, and English, so that homegrown there as well. So that is my transfers. I will take you through my schedule now. Um, so it's been a very up and down season for us. We started off very well, actually, with a 3-0 win over Ben's QPR. Very nice. Jason Shackle and Danny Ings with two. Lost Everton, lost MK Dons in the cup. Um, that was a bit of a shock. I think we all sort of lost in the cup, which wasn't very good. Drew with Sunderland, 0-0 with West Brom. Lost to City 2-1. Wasn't too bad that one, actually. 2-0 win over Leicester. Uh, Lost against Harry 2-1 at home, with Ross Wallace getting sent off, which is unfortunate. Stoke City was a 4-1 loss. They were top of the league for a while, which is a bit crazy. We drew 1-1 with Tottenham. That's quite a nice one there. Lost 6-1 to Chelsea. We beat Liverpool 3-2. They ended up with 9 men on the pitch. Matty Taylor with two and Danny Ings. Lovren and Gerrard sent off for them. 3-1 win over Newcastle. Lost 5-0 to Manchester United. Got a win over Palace, which was nice. Southampton lost 1-0. Beat Swansea 3-0. Danny Ings with 2 again. West Ham we lost 3-0. Arsenal we lost 5-0. Beat Barnet in the FA Cup 2-1 in the third round. QPR we lost to them 1-0. Everton we beat no we didn't beat we lost 2-0. Drew 2-2 with Sunderland. Beat Swansea in the FA Cup again 2-0. And then just lost to West Brom. So basically, we've either won or we've lost, and we either lose sort of heavily or by 1 goal, which is quite unfortunate. Um, Quite happy to be in the FA Cup. We got Bristol City in the 5th round, which is actually a pretty good tie, I have to say. Um, but yeah, I will show you actually the squad because I don't want to show the league yet because that will show where everyone is. So generally, Danny Ings has been our star player. Definitely this year. Wait, let's go to which one? That's the right one. There you go. Goals wise, Danny Ings is top with 14. He's wanted already, which is annoying. There we go on long term. No, on not. Let's go to loans. There we go. So he's got 14. He's wanted by who's he wanted by? Hull and Leicester. So yeah, he's a very good player. He's only 22. I didn't realise how young he was. Worth 8.5 million now. Matty Taylor got 4 goals. He's got Arthur with 2, Boyd with 2, Xhaka with 2, Michael Duff. Michael Duff, 37 years old, and he's been scoring some goals for us, which is pretty ridiculous, I have to say. This is the sort of level it's got to. So as you can see, there's no goals coming from anywhere else apart from Danny Ings. So that's a bit weird. Assists wise, Michael Kiteley's got 6. Metatelli's got 4. Danny Ings has got 3, along with Dean Marney. Trippier's got 2. We did have Chalobah on loan at the start of the season until February, which is really annoying to see him losing. No, we lost him in January because he's starting to play for the first team. Look, he got 16 appearances for us, 2 goals, 7.07 rating, which is very, very good. So it's really annoying to lose him there. But generally, we're doing okay. Trippier is also wanted. He's like these 4 players here, Kiteley, Ben Mee, Trippier, and Ings are really like the players I really do like and want to keep next year. Um, Dean Marney has actually been playing very well, even though you won't really sort of think of him as a good centre midfielder. But yeah, we did get Danny Ings down to a new contract as well, which was nice to see. So next up, I am going to show you Harry, who manages Leicester. So Harry manages Leicester. He got Leicester. They actually had about 10, 12 million transfer budget, so he did quite a bit more in the transfer window than me. I have to say, got quite very good players in. Firstly, he bought Kieran Clark from Aston Villa for 1 million, sort of as a centre back, so looks okay there. Then he got Dedrick Boyata from Man City for 350k, another centre back too, very good, quite cheap as well. He got generic. Hakim Mastor from AC Milan for 1 million. Very, very good youngster. He's only 16 as well, so he definitely in the future will do well. He signed Adriano, if any of you think of it, remember him, the old Adriano. Um, he played 7 games and he got 1 goal. But to be honest, this goal here is ridiculous. I'll show you it. Yeah. He loaned Jerry Maboga on loan from Chelsea. He's been playing quite well for him. Sammy Hamiobi from Newcastle, 1.3 million. I think a decent sign, I guess. Pavel Savitsky, another sort of generic one. We were all going in for him. He chose to go to Leicester, which is really unfortunate because look at that, he's worth 8 million already. Harry really has got the jump on this year. Also, he signed Nathan from Atletico Paranaense for 2.8 million, which is a steal, I think. He's only 18 and he's 8.5 million already. Pretty ridiculous. Also signed Eero Markkanen from Real Madrid for 275k, a young Finnish striker. Doesn't look too bad. Out, he sold Adriana for £1 and got a bunch of other loans out really. He does have some transfers in the pipeworks. He has Konrad Laimer, who I also went for and he got again, 17-year-old Austrian attacking mid, and also Kleber from Porto for 300k, who's a very good young Brazilian striker. So yeah, that is his transfers. If we go to his schedule, He started off with a 3-0 loss to Newcastle, which wasn't the best. Brought back with a 3-1 win over Aston Villa. Um, Lost to Port Vale in the cup. As I said, most of us lost. This is a sort of theme with Harry. He's got a lot of draws. 1-1 with Man United, which was very good. Lost to Palace. Drew 2-2 with Southampton and Swansea. Beat me 2-1. Drew 1-1 with Arsenal. Drew 3-3 with QPR here. I think I'll go through this after I go through Ben, because it's just ridiculous. 1-1 with Everton, lost to Sunderland 2-0, drew with West Brom, lost to City, draws against Hull, West Ham and Stoke, losses to Tottenham and Chelsea, 5-2 win over Liverpool. Everyone's been beating Liverpool this year. It's really odd. They've got Huntelaar as well. David Nugent with the hat-trick there, Jeremy Boga and Anthony Knockaert. 2-2 against Arsenal in the FA Cup. Lost to Newcastle, lost 4-3 after extra time to Arsenal, which is really unfortunate. Like, they kept coming back from down, and in the end, Lucas Podolski sort of finished them off there. 3-0 loss to Man United, and then a 4-2 win over Aston Villa, and then a 3-0 win over Palace, which has been pretty good for them. So generally, they've been playing quite well. If you look at their senior squad, and look at the right, there you go, that one. Goals wise, Jeremy Boga has got 8, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, I think that's okay there. David Nugent has 6. Savitsky, look at that. Savitsky's got 6 appearances, 5 goals, 3 assists. He's pretty ridiculous, I have to say. Anthony Knockhart's got 4. Andy King's got 3. Joa's got 3. Assists wise, Anthony Knockhart's got 7. Andy King's got 5. Mara's got 5 also. Savitsky and Amiobi both have 3. Average rating wise, Savitsky top already. Cambiasso has been playing very well for him, along with Jeremy Boga, Andy King. Value wise, Andy King 8.75. He got quite a lot of high value players already now, and has Nick Powell on loan from Man United along with that. But yeah, so that is, I think that's everything from Harry. Now on to Ben, who did manage QPR. So initially, Ben took over QPR. We gave him QPR because he's quite a bit more new to the game. So his transfer start off, he had a bit more money as well. So firstly, he let go Matt Phillips for 2.5 million to Stoke, which I have to say me and Harry both thought was a pretty bad idea at the time. But each to their own. And then for more loans, it's just a thing. You can't get rid of players in the first season. It just doesn't work unless they're wanted. Loaned Ben Davies from in, not the what's it called one, not the Tottenham one, the Preston North End Ben Davies, which he subsequently sent back. Tyler Blackett he loaned in from Manchester United. Not a bad centre back there, although there was a lot of swearing at him constantly. Will Hoare from Crystal Palace for 275k because he is a Palace fan. 17-year-old Scottish midfielder, so that is there as well. Loaned in Harry Kane as well because he does like Harry Kane and Tottenham. Oh wait, he's a Tottenham fan actually, not a Palace fan. Whoops. Oh well. There we go. But Harry Kane's been playing for him as well. Got him on loan. And his last sort of thing for the club was Sardinia from Brescia Calcio, £1 million Brazilian attacking midfielder. He's great technically and mentally, but physicals aren't that great. But that was his last sort of stint with the club, because as you can guess, I think he might have got sacked. So schedule-wise, we can see why he got sacked. So started off the season with a 3-0 loss to me. Wasn't the best start, and then somehow goes and beats Arsenal 3-2. Vargas, Much, and Adel Taarabt with goals there, and then goes on quite a long losing run. Loses 4-0 to Swindon, 4-0 to West Ham, 11-0 to Everton. This was a bit of a ridiculous one. How many down was at half time was he? I think he was 4 or 5 down by half time, and then sort of said, "Screw it, let's put Harry Kane in goal," and that's why it's 11-0, and pretty ridiculous. Broke loads of records. Yeah, so not the best. He does have Rio Ferdinand captain the side, which is a bit of a slow sentiment there. So that was a funny one for all of us in the call. Lose 11-0. 1-0 loss to Sunderland, 3-0 loss to West Brom, 5-0 loss to City, 4-1 loss to Hull. The 3-3 draw to Leicester and Harry. I'll go through. So this was after he'd lost like 7, 8 in a row, and then suddenly in 20 minutes he's 3-0 up over Harry, with Wes Morgan sent off. I think Harry went overload. Sammy Obioli scores, then Mahrez scores to make it 3-2, and then in the 90th minute, I just want to show you this. Let's go to TV. This goal was just ridiculous because we were all watching it. Like we all, like I was in the game watching because my game had finished. And it was sort of batten down the hatches for Ben, and Harry was just going for it completely. And he subbed on Adriano, who has just been so bad all the time. Um, and then he goes and wait, let's get that loaded. Um, Goes and scores this goal, which is pretty incredible, I have to say. There was just a lot of shouting, I have to say, um, as we not respond here. But I think if he had won this game, it might have turned out differently. So slow it down a bit. There we go. So there's Danny Simpson, of Leicester down the ball, and he just sort of plays it to Mahrez, chips it up into a bit of lag into the goal. And Adriano just volleys it, just on the volley. Pretty ridiculous there. Let's go back and try and do it again with a bit less lag. Simpson into Mahrez, into the box. Adriano on the volley into the net, and that was his only contribution to Leicester he ever did. But he got him the draw, um, which he was quite happy about. It drew with Stoke after that though. Lost 3-0 to Tottenham. Lost 8-1 to Chelsea. Costa, Schürrle, everyone got beat by Chelsea. Quite big. Liverpool was a 0-0 draw, which was quite a good one actually. Newcastle was a draw as well. Lost to Villa. Lost to Man United. Beat Palace 2-0. Harry Kane with both goals. Um, and then I just need to actually look for Ben because I don't know when he got sacked. Ben. Can we find Ben anywhere? Oh no, can't find Ben. So I will just go to his new team, which was quite lucky to get actually, I have to say. He did pretty well with getting Reading. Um, yeah, Ben got sacked, went to Reading. Here we are. Um, Information. He got sacked on the 5th of January. Okay, so 5th of January. So he played the Southampton game, played Swansea game, lost that, drew with Blackpool, and got sacked. And then he goes, his managerless QPR beat me 1-0, which is quite annoying. I wish he'd been playing for that. But yeah, Ben went to Reading, which is very lucky actually. Um, he took them over when they were about 15th, 14th, I think, and they weren't playing well. So if we go to, did he do any transfers with them? Um, no, he hasn't done any transfers yet. He, no, not at all. So we go to their schedule. After that 5th of Jan one, um, he actually went on to beat Middlesbrough 3-1. Robson Kanu, Simon Cox, and Jamie Mackie. 3-1 loss to Fulham. 2-1 loss to Sheffield Wednesday in the Cup. 2-0 loss to Millwall. And a Sheffield Wednesday win 2-1. Jamie Mackie with both those goals there. So starting to, he's still got a job, to be fair. Very good actually, Reading in the Championship. They're only, they're quite up there. They're challenging for playoffs as well. So that is Ben's. Next to take you on to the next persons to join, because me, Ben, and Harry were the original three. The next person to join was Stephen, who took on Aston Villa. So Stephen, he is another of my friends who used to play FM Classic on like the Vita, PS Vita, and all that sort of stuff all the time. So we decided to convince him to get FM. So he decided to join our network game. He joined on the 8th of November with Aston Villa, who we gave to him because they were 19th at the time. So they were sort of relegation candidates with us. So we decided to give him the squad. So he couldn't initially make any transfers because all the transfers were done before. He had before Elia, Walters, Tommy Smith, and Casper Gorks all signed. Oh wait, Casper Gorks wasn't. He signed Casper Gorks. Tommy Smith was sold. Jonathan Walters was sold, and Elia was also bought. I mean, by them they sold Kieran Clark, they sold Delph to Southampton for 6.5. They sold Vlar and they sold Baker. So they sold three centre backs before you could even get in. So that's why he signed Gorks on a free. Then he signed Gianvincenzo Martino from Foggia Calcio for 250k, who's a young centre mid. I'll show you Kasper Skorks now. He's a good old centre back, 33 to be honest. Then he signed Patrick McNair from Manchester United for 450k. Good young centre back for cheap, which is can do the job like for now. Then he also signed Jack Watmer from Portsmouth for 1.5 mil. Good young centre back, sort of known just because he's so good in the lower leagues. But he signed him, played him a bit, I think. No, not. I played him in the cups. So yeah, and then finally loaned Charlie Adam from Stoke, who is a good centre mid slash attacking mid to come in with lots of good stats. Going out, he did actually sell Felipe Senderos to PSV for 2.5 mil, which I think is pretty good for Senderos. So sold him. So schedule-wise, he took over on the 8th of November. So his first game was a 2-2 draw with Southampton, which wasn't too bad. Font own goal and Libor Kozak with goals there. Lost to Swansea 3-0. Beat me 1-0, which was really annoying for Christian Benteke penalty. Lost to Arsenal 1-0. Beat QPR 1-0. Beat Ben's QPR 1-0 there, which was a funny game because he put hard tackling on all of Ben's players. Lost 2-1 to Everton. Lost 1-0 to Sunderland. Beat West Brom 2-1. Vyman and Cleverly with goals there. 2-1 loss to City, not too bad. 3-3 draw with Port Vale in the FA Cup. And then 3-3 draw with Hull. Won the replay against Port Vale. Stoke lost 3-1. Leicester lost 4-2 against Harry. Lost to Bristol City 2-1 in the Cup, which I will be playing next. They have some good players, Bristol City. And then Tottenham was a 2-0 loss. So I just want to show you Bristol City. They have some good players. They've got Steel Culture as manager. They got Luke Freeman as their sort of main striker, who's just ridiculously good on this game. They're top of the League One at the moment. So yeah, but finally, the last person to join the network game is Matt, and he took over Palace. So Matt joined after Stephen. He joined on the 30th, I think, of November. If we go to him, we can actually see. 30th of November, yep. So he decides to join as well. We gave him Palace because they were sort of down in that sort of relegation fight with us, and they are considered a lower team, I'd say. So transfer-wise, he did have the January transfer window to work with. Before that, they did sign Mismovic from Guangzhou, or Guizhou Ren. Coquelin from Arsenal. Vangioni from River Plate. Bojan Jokic from Villarreal. In the January transfer window, first off, his first signing was Jay Spearing for 1.9 million. Good young centre mid slash defensive mid from Bolton. Nathan Baker from Aston Villa for 3.4 million. Really? What? That doesn't make sense. Oh, that was ninth. Oh, so okay, never mind. These were the main signings made before as well. So Jay Spearing and Nathan Baker. The one signing he did make was Wes Hoolahan from Norwich City for 925k. Good older centre attacking mid that can provide a good bit of cover for you. Out before he left, Will Hoare, Mila Jedinak went to Southampton, but otherwise there's been lots of loans. So unfortunately, Matt hasn't been actually be around that much to play. Due to the fact he couldn't play that often, so he hasn't actually played many games. His first game was a Swansea 5-1 loss, which wasn't the best. Gomes with 4 there. Lost to me 2-0. Lost to Arsenal 1-0. Lost to QPR 2-0. Lost to Everton 2-1. Beat Sunderland 3-1. Dwight Gale with 2 and Johnny Williams with 1. Drew with Newcastle 2-2 away. West Brom was a 2-0 loss. Newcastle in the replay was a 3-1 loss. Hull was a 2-0 loss. Man City was only a 1-0 loss, which wasn't too bad. Fernando with a late goal for City, and then he just lost to Leicester 3-0. So he hasn't been doing the best, but he hasn't been around so much. Hopefully, the second half of the season he can be around for more games more, and we don't have to sort of play on without him. He did say to play on without him, so we're not just like playing on without his permission. But that's it. So that's all of like everyone reviewed, so I'm going to take you through the league now. So this is the league table at the moment. So Chelsea, top of the league at the moment, 3 points clear from City with 51 points. Man United on 48, and Arsenal on fourth. Tottenham, Everton, Stoke, quite high up there. Hull, Liverpool not doing too well this year. Southampton not doing too well. So 14th is Harry with Leicester, who are on 26 points. I think it's 26. Wait, I'm trying to follow it across. 25 points, I think. Yeah, that's because they have so many draws. They have 5 wins, 10 draws, 8 losses, 33 goals for, 41 against. Then there's me on 22 points, 3 points below him. I have 6 wins, 4 draws, 13 losses, 25 goals for, and 43 against. Then you've got Newcastle in 16th, Sunderland in 17th. Matt's Palace are in 18th at the moment on 17 points. 4 wins, 5 draws, 14 losses, 16 goals for, 35 against on 17 points. And then Aston Villa also on 17 points. Aston Villa, 5 wins, 2 draws, and 16 losses, 21 goals for, 51 against. And then you've got Ben's previous club, QPR, bottom, 3 wins, 4 draws, and 15 losses. Unfortunately, one of those wins is against me, but it's against Arsenal as well, which is just ridiculous. 15 goals for, 16 against. That 11, well, 13 now from Everton, not helping there on 13 points. So it looks like QPR might be going down already, but there is a fight for the rest of us who goes down there. Now in the Championship, Ben with Reading. He is currently in 12th at the moment, took him up 2 places so far. 39 points, 10 points off playoffs. Still, though, with 20 games to go, no, 18 games to go, so he does have a chance of making up if form improves. Wigan, currently top of the league, with Blackburn in the playoffs, Ipswich, Brighton, Bournemouth, Cardiff, with Leeds and the likes of Fulham and Derby very close behind. So if we actually go to the league's stats, Falcao is just ridiculous in this game, along with Costa. 18 for Costa, 14 for Falcao. Danny Welbeck and Danny Ings, both Danny's on 12 goals there. That's my claim to fame right there. Average rating, Diego Costa, Rafael Rojo from Man United, Jonjo Shelvey from Swansea's an odd one there. Assist-wise, Rafael 13. That's why he's probably got the average rating. Danny Ings, shots on target, I guess. Player of the match is also Danny Ings, has got 5. Yellow card, Sami Khedira, who signed for Chelsea. Carlos Sanchez, also from Stevens Villa. Ross Wallace is on there for red cards. Dean Marnie's on distance covered, I guess, which is cool. And Danny Ings is on there for key passes. If you look at the team, I'll show you sort of the team comparison stuff. Let's go average attendance. So average attendance wise, we have one of the 3rd lowest. Ben's previous QPR have the lowest. Palace sort of, but there's just general ones. Aston Villa quite 9th. That's quite a lot, and Sunderland as well. They have loads. But then by capacity, we have one of the top. We have 98.17%. So that's pretty good to see there. We're nearly getting sold out most of the time. Then if you look, what other sort of things there? Stadium sellouts, I guess. We've had 3. West Ham had 6. Oh yeah, salary per annum or annum, whichever. We have 20 million salary, average salary. So we are 12 million off the lowest, which is Swansea. Then you got Hull, Harry's Leicester, Matt's QPR. Then you got Ben's previous QPR, not QPR, Matt's Palace, Ben's previous QPR, and then Stevens Aston Villa. If we actually go down to the Championship, Cardiff, Norwich, and Wigan all have higher salaries than I do. Like realistic, like looking through this, if this is accurate towards Burnley, Burnley are doing ridiculously well in the Premier League so far to be doing so well, like on such a small budget. I don't understand why Premier League teams just think they can get away with just not spending quite a bit on like staying up on the Premier League. I know the fallout's quite a lot of money, but you know it might not go back because the Championship's so ridiculously hard to get out of. If you just spend a bit of money your first season, you can earn so much more money in the long run. But yeah, so I think generally that is it for fixtures. Oh yeah, Nicolas Canizares, who's a sent back. I signed on a free from Juventus. But yeah, so I think generally that's it. Everything. We'll be back, and in the season, this won't be very frequent because it takes a long time to play our games. As you can see, we've already played one day, 3 hours to get through half a season, which is quite a lot. But yeah, so I wanted to see if you guys enjoyed this, and I'll sort of, if you like this editing style, like changed it up a bit, made it more cut up instead of one long take, 'cause I think I'd be sort of very breathless and not knowing what to do by now. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's been Alex, and I'll see you guys later.